1450 Brickell is a 35-story office building at the south end of downtown Miami's financial district. Its vision was conceived in response to the demands of the market and to nature. It is the second phase of a mixed-use project. Phase 1 is right next door. It's an apartment development called One Broadway, delivered in 2000.
There were many residential buildings coming online. Why don't we spread the risk and we build an office building?
While planning for Phase 2, a hurricane ravaged Brickell Avenue in 2005.
The street was full of glass. And I said, what can we learn from this?
How are we going to possibly sell this building to tenants? We're looking at the same thing we are.
The first decision was, let's put this high-end glass, very strong glass. So Bruce and I, we spent 9 months looking at glass.
The thick blue impact-resistant glass surrounds the building. It can withstand large projectiles and up to 300-mile-per-hour winds.
It would resist the strongest storms that we'd be likely to hit.
The glass also keeps heat out, substantially lowering the electricity bill, and it's a key factor in 1450 Brickell's designation as LEED Gold certified. The building also has an emergency backup generator that allows business to go uninterrupted in a power outage.
I said to Bruce, forget how the building looks. Forget about that. Let's design a building that works. And once we know that that building works, then let's talk about beauty.
1450 Brickell is located on a prominent corner that serves as a gateway to the area.
It's not just a mid-block building with a facade, one facade that's visible. In our case, really, it almost sits as a freestanding building. It's certainly visible on 3 sides for long distances. So it became an opportunity to really do a building that demanded a more sculptural response.
The building features retail and pedestrian space, a rooftop garden, beautiful city vistas, and a dramatic lobby.
If you go to the lobby, there's a huge lobby that you say, well, you could have put 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 square feet of another retail, so maybe you have sacrificed 10,000 square feet at $100. It's $1 million in rent. At 5% is $20 million value. That's true in a spreadsheet. It's not true in reality.
We felt this is a very big, significant building, and we wanted a lobby that did justice to the importance of the building. We wanted people to feel like they really arrived at a space, at a civic-sized space. Before we started drawing at all, Alan called me up and asked me to come down here at the site. And he walked me around the neighborhood. It's kind of the southern end of the Brickell Financial District. We walked specifically to a couple of buildings here, and he said, look, this is our competition. You know, and I'm expecting a building that can hold its own in this neighborhood.
A lot of people used to say that this was out of the mix. We were fortunate to have some really good first floor space as well as One Broadway that has also retail and restaurant space fairly connected to this side as well. And we started marketing and termed it as Restaurant Row.
Access was also important. Being on the edge of the business district meant tenants could bypass heavy commuter traffic into the heart of the area.
If you run across attorneys that built in Sunbury, they'll tell you that they now have cut their commute down by 20 minutes.
There are now 67 tenants in the 586,000 square foot building. Smaller leases and more tenants was the goal from the beginning.
I do not want 3 tenants. I want at least 50. By definition. Let me go back to 2006, okay? And I imagine I would have told you, we have 3 tenants, 3 major tenants. American Airlines. Nice airline. The other one is, let's call it General Motors. And the other one is Lehman Brothers, 2006, okay? The 3 of them went bankrupt. That proved what? That no one is sacred.
1450 Brickell was financed in 2007, just before the financial crisis.
Meaning during 2008, 2009, during the depths of the recession, we were building. The timing was impeccable. Obviously, luck is very important.
There was no pre-leasing done.
The strategy was, let me get started, let's have the financing in place, let me get started, so when I start talking to tenants, I can say, we will be delivering the building on March of 2010.
Today, 1450 Brickell is 100% leased.
Yes, our leasing agents, Terry is great, but I think that our best ambassadors are our own tenants. Someone asked me, what's your exit strategy? And I said, not only I don't have an exit strategy, I don't have a strategy. So my only strategy is to keep these buildings as best as we possibly can from a physical point of view and from a service point of view. And if one day we decide to sell, we sell.